So when I first started, I was very worried about competition, what they were doing, what they offered, what their prices were. For about 5 years, I constantly checked their web pages, their Facebook, what they were doing and everything. And eventually I just stopped caring. It's it's hard to not care when you first begin, and me telling you not to care is kind of pointless. You're going to care. But really, if you're around the same price as them, a little lower or a little higher, it doesn't really matter. There's only so many tents, tables, and chairs in your area, and if your competition is lower priced than you, they're going to eventually run out, and then people are going to call you and rent your things at the price that you want. If you're a company who just prices yourself higher than everyone, make sure you just have better customer service and better things, and eventually people will just use you even though the other competition is cheaper. We picked up a lot of caterers and hotels and things renting out dishes and glassware because our stuff was always clean. Our stuff is more expensive. One of our forks is 50 cents. The competition does it for 12 cents. But if their stuff shows up dirty, then it's not worth them to spend 12 cents on it. They'll just spend the 50 cents and make sure everything is clean. So you don't really have to worry about your competition. They're going to do what they do as long as you kind of keep up on them. If they raise their prices, maybe you can raise your prices, or just be more expensive than them to begin with. You'll weed out all the people that you don't really want to deal with. You don't really want to deal with the people that want 2 tables and 30 chairs for no delivery fee. You don't want to send a crew out to deliver 2 tables and 30 chairs. So if you're a little more money, they're not even going to bother calling you for that. They're going to call the cheap rental company, and they're going to have to deal with that, and you're going to get the jobs where people want quality, and even if your price is more, they'll still go with you. I still keep up on what my competition is doing, what they're offering, but I don't care what their prices are. I just want to make sure that I'm offering similar things to them if the market demands it. Like a few years ago, everything turned into a rustic theme, like fruit wood, chairs, certain lighting, like Italian bistro lighting, and wine barrels and stuff. And I knew this was coming because I was looking at cities near me who are larger cities. They end up usually getting on trends sooner than other people get on trends than the smaller areas. So I saw that it was coming by paying attention to them, and the next year I got into it, and by the time I got into it, my area was ready for the rustic stuff. Right now I see some of the larger cities around me getting into gold and silver. Like gold chairs and silver chairs are coming back. People are kind of getting away from the rustic, and I see that coming from my competition in the larger cities. The competition directly in my area, they don't keep track of the competition like around us, so they're not getting into the silver and gold. But I'm one step ahead. I already got it, and come next summer I'm going to be set up to be offering what's in. The rustic stuff will probably just go in a trailer and wait for its turn to come back. But the rustic trend's not entirely dead. It'll come back. So don't worry about your competition. I know it's hard. You're going to worry. You're going to think that you want to price yourself lower than them by a lot so you get the job first. Like I said, you don't need to do that. The competition in your area who's lower than you, they'll run out of stuff, and then people will call you for what you have at the price you want to be at. If you really do feel like you got to price yourself lower, don't make my mistake. I was renting out 20 by 20 for $100. My competition was renting it out for $225. So I got my 20 by 20 out before they did. But I was leaving $125 on the table for about 2 years. I could have priced myself $5, $10, $20, $30 less than them and still got the job and been making that much more money for the time and labor that I was putting in. So for years, I missed out on thousands of dollars. I could have just been a little less than them and still got the job. I could have been the same price as them. I could have even been higher than them because, like I said, they would eventually run out, and then people would have to rent their 20 by 20 from me for $25 more. Or maybe people never even called them. They found me first, and they thought my price was fair or something. So don't price yourself too low. Price yourself just a little bit below, at, or even above. And don't worry what they're doing. There's more than enough business in most areas that there can be multiple tent companies. There's only so many tents in an area, and there's actually not enough to satisfy demand. Like graduation weekend, there's definitely not enough tents in 50-mile radius of me to everyone get a tent. Your tents will go out. Just price yourself so that you're not leaving money on the table, and price yourself so that you are competitive. Don't price yourself $500 more on a 20 by 20. Just, I do my 20 by 20 now for $225. Actually, that's my 20 by 30. I do my 20 by 30 for $225. There's another company in my area that does it for $400, and they still get it out. I don't know why they're doing that. It's probably because they've been around for like 30 years and they just have a customer base. So people are calling them and paying the $400 for the 20 by 30. I could raise my price, except I have 3 other big companies though that are all around $225 as well. So I can't go too much higher, but I could probably go up to $250 and still get it out all the time. And I've got 3 of those 20 by 30s, so that's another $150 a weekend when they all go out. That's an extra $600 a month that I'm leaving on the table if I just raised my price up by $25. So again, don't worry about your competition. They're going to do what they're going to do, and you're going to do what you're going to do, and everything's going to be all right. There's more than enough demand for rental items. And don't price yourself too low because you'll be leaving money on the table.